Welcome in, wonderful people of the world. I'm doing a special birthday read from the book called The Secret Language of Birthdays for the date of March 3rd. So it's a little fun little personality profile of yourself. And there's the authors there. Ooh, it's a big book. So your month is March, third day. Sign is 11 to 13 degrees in Pisces. You're in the second decan of Pisces, and you're a mutable water sign. And there's apparently Alexander Graham Bell's born on this day, along with a bunch of other people. So I'm just quickly skimming through. Yeah, so, and of course, the most important person is yourself. March 3rd. So the day of design. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's strange. If anyone knows what that is, please comment in the comment box below. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 5, 6, 7. It seems like there's a little opening here, so I don't know if that was it's like a piggy bank, but I don't know. It's weird, right? But you guys might know what it is. I do not. So let's begin. Those born on March 3rd usually have a pretty clear picture in their minds of what they wish to accomplish. Although highly imaginative, they have a firm, pragmatic side that enables them to put their ideas into practice. Unlike those who seek acclaim or reward before finding a way to be useful, they recognize first a substantive need and then apply whatever talents they have to provide for that need. Not only able to see the big picture, those born on this day are capable of focusing on details as well. It doesn't hurt that their visual skills are generally well developed. March 3rd people are usually socially involved in their work and, as mentioned, pragmatic. Yet they may feel a need to live highly private, even secretive lives away from their career. Those born on this day can be prone to escapism, whether they lose themselves to an earthly world of sensation or a romantic world of imagination. Nonetheless, successful March 3rd people are able to neatly balance their public and private lives, not allowing either to dominate at the expense of others. Whether more social or reserved types, most March 3rd people are taken up with plans and designs. The need to prepare carefully for eventualities is highly characteristic of those born on this day, and they usually examine a problem minutely before acting. Indeed, many March 3rd people enjoy the planning more than the execution of an endeavor. But because they put so much energy into these formal constructions, they run at least two dangers. The first is getting bogged down in the planning phase and losing the motivation to act. The second is losing a sense of spontaneity and thus deadening the experience itself and perhaps facing disappointment by having too many preconceptions about what is going to happen. Because it is difficult for many March 3rd people to make up their minds about what course to pursue, they sound like me. They're often better off just making a decision and getting on with it, rather than endlessly weighing alternatives and not acting on them. True. So, March 3rd people often become overly absorbed in what they do. Though their activities give them great satisfaction, they may be avoiding the underlying reason why they lose themselves. Sorry, guys, that it's hard to have a focus and for me to read, anyways, in this way. Perhaps some born on this day have an actual dislike of or discomfort with their own personality due to an overly critical parent or social pressures in their childhood. I think that's true for so many of us. It is important that such March 3rd people learn to like themselves more, not just for what they do, but for who they are. Gaining such a sense of wellness and security will also aid them greatly in their career, leading them the confidence needed to follow through on their plans and make success for themselves. That's wonderful. All right, so it seems like you're ruled by the number 3, Jupiter and Neptune again. So those born on the 3rd of the month are ruled by the number 3 and by the planet Jupiter. Though those ruled by the number 3 tend to rise to the highest positions in their particular sphere, March 3rd people are influenced by Neptune, ruler of Pisces, and can thus be indecisive and overly passive at critical times. A Jupiter-Neptune connection, however, grants high spiritual or religious ideals and probable financial success. Awesome. All right, in the Tarot, the 3rd card of the major arcana is the Empress, symbolizing creative intelligence. I'm going to focus under her here a bit, trying to, with a steady hand, a shaky hand. She is the perfect woman, the ultimate feminine, Mother Earth nurturer, who is our dreams made real, our hopes and aspirations embodied. The Empress represents positive traits of charm, grace, and unconditional love, and negative traits of vanity and affection, as well as intolerance for imperfection. All right, so your health advice. Those born on March 3rd generally have a strong physical nature in addition to their visual and conceptual abilities. They sometimes overdo activities, however, due to the fact that their mind drives them too hard and pushes their bodies beyond what they can handle. Therefore, those born on this day must beware of exhausting themselves, thus lowering their immunity to disease. Regular exercise within reasonable limits is recommended rather than going overboard. A few times a month or year on highly strenuous endeavors. March 3rd people may be accident prone and must be particularly aware of doing damage to their lower limbs and feet. Okay. They should be on the lookout for unforeseen complications, of which they will usually have some warning if they are tuned in and observant enough. Consumptions of fat and harmful additives should be limited, but not at the expense of their spontaneous appetite, which can be adversely affected by too much structure in planning meals. Okay? So your overall advice is get to know yourself better. If you don't like what you find, do something about it. Don't let a self-critical attitude hamper you. Be aware of making plans without seeing reasonable beware of making plans without setting reasonable deadlines. There is a time to take action. Right. Okay. So your meditation is the grand pattern of the universe is God's design. I really like that. And I would say that's the number 9. All right. Anyways, your strengths are directed, conceptual, well prepared. That's good. And your weaknesses are biased, compulsive, and self-unaware. Okay. All right, we all have things we need to work on. But anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful birthday for March 3rd. And many blessings. Take care. Until we meet again. Peace.